Meet Gary David, a man whose true story is as unconventional as it is inspiring. Gary's journey begins in the throes of a lofty music and streaming career and a crippling gambling addiction. But one day he'd had enough. He decided to change his tune and start anew. Gary's dream? To own his own grocery store. His methods were questionable at best. Through a series of black market transactions and falsified paperwork, he secured a highly illegal PPP loan and opened the doors to Gary's grocery store. But the transition from gambling addict to grocery store owner was far from smooth. The store was a chaotic mess of ambition and inexperience. Boxes lay haphazardly across the floor, items were unstocked, and organization was a concept lost in the disarray. Customer complaints were as common as sales, but Gary, in his fiery determination, would lash out at anyone who dared to criticize, adopting the concept of the customer is always wrong. His impulsive nature led him to make some poor decisions. In a move that puzzled everyone, Gary invested in a second cash register. It was a shiny, expensive piece of equipment that served no purpose but to take up space and drain Gary's already dwindling finances. Yet, Gary was not deterred. His dream was bigger than his struggles. He took out more loans, expanding his store in a flurry of reckless enthusiasm. He spent money on a storage unit that served no purpose but to collect dust, and his mistakes piled up like the boxes strewn across his floor. But among the chaos, there was one good decision. Gary hired his first employee, Miguel. A man of few words, Miguel quickly became Gary's right-hand man. However, things got so bad at one point, Gary resorted to purposely shortchanging customers just to keep the lights on. When Miguel found out, he threatened to quit, bringing Gary back to his senses. Despite the mounting debt and compounding issues, Gary clings to his dream, even as it teeters on the edge of disaster. The question now, how would Gary stay afloat with such mounting debts and lack of experience in the world of groceries? Once a man with a simple dream of owning a grocery store, now a captain navigating stormy business waters. It continued with a reckless expansion. Gary, in his relentless pursuit of growth, took out more loans, expanding his store without a thought for order or organization. The store was a mess, a reflection of the chaos brewing in Gary's life. In the midst of this chaos, a beacon of hope stood strong. Miguel. A hard-working employee, Miguel was the rock in the turbulent sea of Gary's mistakes. Always ready to work, never stopping for breaks or meals, and secretly wearing a diaper so he didn't have to find a bathroom, Miguel was a figure of stoic dedication. Yet Gary, blinded by his own frustrations, refused to appreciate Miguel's efforts, often criticizing him unjustly and yelling in his face. Despite the disarray, things were looking up. Imagine a grocery store with its own chart-topping jingle. Yes, you heard it right. The grocery store jingle song unexpectedly landed in the top 100 songs for 3 hours, drawing customers from miles around, filling Gary's disorganized aisles. And then there was Susu. This mysterious product, labeled as powdered sugar, became the star attraction. The whispers of Gary replacing the sugar with something, let's say, more energizing had people coming from miles around, making it the top-selling item in the store. The business thrived momentarily, but the storm was far from over. Gary's reckless spending continued. His store expanded beyond control, and a lack of financial advisor left him drowning in his debt. To add to his woes, a local thug started selling Susu on the streets, undercutting Gary's prices. The competition was fierce, and Gary's grocery store couldn't keep up. Even after seeking advice from his mentor, Z-Man, the inevitable happened. Gary's grocery store went bankrupt. The dream was over. Gary was left broke and bankrupt, his store was closed, and his world plunged into darkness. But after the store closed, Gary, fueled by his addiction to Susu, refuses to let his dream die. He secures new loans, this time under his unsuspecting girlfriend's name, and opens a new store. The phoenix rises from the ashes, but Gary's battle is far from over. His gambling addiction lingers, threatening to pull him back into the abyss and destroy his grocery store dreams. Will he succeed in keeping the store running? Will he just lose interest and give up on his grocery megastore dreams? Will he get arrested for one of his sketchy activities? For now, we just have to wait and see what happens.
Come on down to Gary's grocery store. We got eggs and cheese and milk and more. We got all the products from head to toe. When are we open? You never know. The owner is crazy, the employees are lazy. Don't mind the boxes on the floor. floor. Just come on down to Gary's grocery store.